It's the Legends of Mythic community show where we talk about things you already know. When we watch Josh backpacking his monitor glow and maybe wonder if he's not a little bit slow. And then there's Johnny Gravemaw, a moderate fool. Oh, excuse me. I mean the host. He's a tool. But we're not done yet. Here we go. And last but not least, the beautiful beard of Carl Chyshin, who's the sexiest bear. So if you're gonna watch this, then buyer beware. But don't worry, there's no need to be scared. Just sit back, relax, and try not to hurl, cause we are Mythic, the best guild in the world!
Hello, and welcome to Legends of Mythic, the Mythic community show. I'm your host, John, also known as Gravemaw.
I am Carl, also known as Chyshin.
I'm Josh, also known as Backpack.
With us today is Lexxe. Lexxe, what's your character?
Oh, okay. Well, my name is Natalie. I play a Resto Druid named Lexxe on Black Dragonflight.
Awesome.
Woo! I know, super
So we're
fun.
here to discuss matters of guild interest, as well as current events in the Tri-server area. This is our very second episode, and as anyone watching will have noticed, I've suddenly figured out my recording software, so we're 1,000 times less shitty today.
Woo! Raise the roof.
Alright, so let's jump right into it. Lexxe, you're our very first guest. How's that feel?
I'm a little nervous, to be honest.
You should.
You should be.
I
should be nervous.
I am. I'm shaking over here. It's really scary.
But you're standing so still.
Do you respond to stress by shaking uncontrollably? Is that a thing you do?
Wait, what?
Do you respond to stress by shaking
Oh,
uncontrollably?
no, not really. No, I'm pretty good with stress.
I do that sometimes. All right, Lexxe, tell us a little bit about yourself. How'd you get into the game? We did
God.
this for us three last week.
So,
This show.
2009 is when I started playing. I actually used to date a guy that played, and I thought people that played WoW were a bunch of nerds.
Well, you're not wrong.
And did not like it at all and made fun of him all the time. But him and I were actually having issues, and my friend at the time said, oh, take an interest in something he likes. So I sat there watching him play WoW, and I'm like, oh, what's that do? What's that do? And the whole time I'm like, what am I doing with this guy? So then he was showing me about a rogue, and he told me how they pickpocket people, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So I was like, ooh, I want to make a rogue. So that was my very first tune, was a rogue on Thorium Brotherhood named Charisma. And then I raided with some guilds there, all that good stuff. And then, ooh, you want to hear about my first raid, too?
Go for it.
It was
Whatever you
Vault.
wanna say.
It was Vault. VOA.
Vault
Yes.
Okay.
And I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, I just hit, I think it was 80, right?
Yep.
I want to say, yeah.
80.
I'm all, oh my god, I just hit 80, got into this raid. Some D-bag kicked me because my gear score wasn't enough.
Yep.
Gears.
So I got
remember
really
those
sad,
days.
and I was
I
like,
remember
this
that.
sucks. So forever, nobody would take me to a raid. And then I got into actually raiding. I started running my own Pug Nax groups, and people ended up coming to that. They said it's because I sound like a 16-year-old cheerleader, so I was like, thanks.
Legit.
That's actually pretty accurate.
Yeah, I'm like, thanks. But then I ended up going to Black Dragonflight, and the whole reason I went there was I was looking on the guild recruiting website on WoW, and it was the very first one I saw that said they needed a Resto Druid. So I
you switched
transferred over.
You switched from Rogue to Resto Druid at some point?
Yeah. Yeah, well, when me and my ex-boyfriend broke up, he took the rogue back, because he's all, this is my account, I'm taking it with me. So I had to start my own
Wow.
account and everything, so yeah.
It's like a
Then I went
dog.
to...
Yeah, right? Splitting up the kids.
How,
Yeah.
want
Oh,
to
this
hear how
rogue's
messed
fine.
up this is? He bought me for my birthday on Blu-ray Twilight, and he took that back too.
Oh,
I'm like,
Wait,
what kind of guy
wait,
takes
wait,
Twilight?
wait.
Yeah, the movie.
you're better off
Twilight.
without it. You're better off without it.
I know, I thought it was funny. But no, I liked, and then I was on Black Dragonflight for, I don't know, a few years now. And I used to raid him Bad Habits on and off. And that was pretty much it. And then I saw Carl's macro in
Short
trade. And I just remember whispering it.
Short bus.
Wait, what?
We had the name at the time?
Team Short Bus? Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody loves
Yeah, I
it.
wasn't even looking at that name. I just saw that you guys needed people, and he didn't say like minimum this, minimum that.
That's
So
what attracted me too.
yeah, because it was like, I think I have regular experience, and that's it. So because I stopped raiding for 6 months, but now I'm back.
I remember
And that's-
Carl told me, he's like, so I picked up a Resto Druid, she's just getting back into the game, and I was like, oh, she.
I don't know how I find all these women, dude. It's
I don't either.
I know we
They
have
flock
so
to
many
you.
girls in this guild. It's awesome.
I think they're attracted to
flock to you,
25
Carl.
men. I don't
They
know
need to
why.
talk more and mumble though.
Yep.
No, no.
yeah, that's exactly what we need. Shobi going with a raging boner all over the place.
So are you Team Edward or the werewolf guy? That's the important thing.
That's the important question, Josh.
I guess. Well, I don't know. I guess more the werewolf guy. I just thought the movie was cool, but I wasn't like obsessed with it.
Dude,
I was more
that guy
mad
had-
that he took back the present.
That guy had great abs.
I bet you're really into it, Josh, aren't you?
I'm a fan. I am.
I believe it.
The
Well, he
baseball
knows the
part,
team,
though?
so
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
I don't even know that guy's name, but I'm on his team, dude. Great pecs.
It's Jacob.
Jacob, yep. Team Jacob.
You got a poster
Well,
of him?
you
You
two
aspire
can
to be
get
like
that
him?
backpack. Just so you
I'm
can jump.
currently looking. I don't have one at the moment.
Shouldn't be hard to find.
I'll
Yeah.
get you one, buddy. I got you.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll get it for you.
Alright, cool.
Put it up at the gym.
Alright,
Ooh.
so, you guys have any interesting stories from past couple weeks in the game? It's been about 2.5 weeks since our last episode. Or something
Well,
interesting.
we got spoils in that time, even though that was, what, like 3 days after our last episode or something
Yeah,
like
something like that. Got spoils.
that.
Ah, that feels good.
So we got that, and then tonight we got Thok to about 25%. So we're
Something like that.
close. It's just little tweaks that it's going to take, but not too bad.
We'll totally get it this upcoming
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about it. I think
Understand.
another week of gear. It's crazy how much a week of gear really makes a difference for us.
Yeah.
Because as you guys remember, like 1 week we were like, we just had a normal. I think we one-shot shamans, and the next week it was just way too much DPS.
Mhm.
And I was like, what the hell just happened? And Norishen became easy again.
Why don't you
thank
tell
God.
tell that whole story on the too much DPS? That's a unique.
Oh God, yeah.
situation.
So, well, shamans, we had. I mean, I don't think we've ever had an issue where the abilities came in the wrong order and stuff. And now we actually have to stop DPS and slow DPS to make sure that the abilities come in the right order. Otherwise, we're getting a foul stream, which people have to move from, and then we get iron tombs, which people have to run out. And we're used to running out and then, moving from foul streams. So if those abilities come in too quick next to each other, and/or the Ashen Walls come in, then we're pretty much fucked. So I have to sit there and tell people when to stop and start DPS so that we can time it all right. So it's pretty fun. But, I've never, ever seen a fight where too much DPS is a problem. But
What's that like for us on the down on the ground, Josh? They're complaining about all these abilities coming in the wrong order.
Well, dude, you know how painful it is to completely just stop DPS?
Oh,
feel
I
like-
do.
I honestly I don't stop DPS, so no, I don't.
Well, yeah, but it takes a little bit out of my soul every time that gets called.
If I could avoid it at all, I would, because I know
Oh,
how
no.
it is. But it's just, if you want the hill group to live, we
We
got
don't
melee
need the hill
there.
group.
They're brilliant.
The hill
Melee
group
has
was
brain.
dead on our first kill. We don't need you guys.
Yeah.
We're getting it down on Hill Group though, for the most part.
Yeah, that's
Not
yeah.
too bad.
Yeah, we're getting
Just
it.
need all the healers to actually stack and not
And not
stack
die.
2 seconds of
Yeah.
2 feet away from one another.
Oh man. Yeah, that shit's a nightmare for me now. That and
just kinda-
Malkrock are the two things that I'm just like.
I
no.
actually am starting to love that fight. As
Okay.
long as people stay the F out of my bubble, then we're fine.
Lexi gets her little rage going on every night on Malkarok.
Oh, I totally do. I whisper Necro, and I'm like, I'm gonna cut him if he's next to me one more time.
Well,
Necro always tells me, calm down.
that one night that we had an extra shaman, that was painful.
Yeah.
I know, and then Backpack leaves me. Oh, I wanted to kill you too. You're like, switch me with so-and-so. I'm gonna go stand over here. I'm like,
Well-
oh, really, Backpack? Really?
I was
Nice,
just on the
buddy.
other side
Nice.
of you, wasn't I?
Legit.
No, you switched all the 2 people away from me.
The old
then I
switcheroo.
Yeah, so then I made Twilight switch with me, so I was back in between you and Twilight again.
Well, the shit wasn't getting soaked over there.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
why we switched.
Like, I'm to the point where I just expect fucking pools to go off now.
Man, I have a little
Like-
panic attack every time.
So do I.
I start to use, if I'm actively tanking, I'll use AMS for every soak if I can, just so that if it goes off, I don't get one-shotted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, part of our problem is we're so melee heavy
I know.
that, like, this week we were one range to a pool. So if we get RNG, it's a tough go,
Yeah.
which you can't really help. But we got it. So
Yeah,
This
well, and
week-
then what
this week
happened
for-
tonight? We had fucking
like
we had
13
12, right?
ranged.
yeah,
Yeah.
this would have been great comp for Malk, and
Yeah.
actually the other night probably would have been better for Thok. But
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
It is
I
what
mean,
it is. What was
is
the
what it
difference?
is. Oh my God, we had
Well, I guess we got Whip Mix, so he's an Ellie Shami.
Daisy was
one.
missing tonight,
Right, that's true.
and we only had 2 warriors instead of 4.
Yeah.
True.
Well, fair enough.
Yep, that'll do it.
What spoils took 2 pulls?
When we first got it, yeah, and then
No, I mean tonight.
yeah,
I
tonight,
think it
yeah,
was two.
just 2 pulls, I think.
Okay. Did you
pretty
guys
good.
fucked up on the first one? Yeah, I remember that.
Did you know that there's like
Rave
40
mods.
different things you can dispel on Mantid side? Because I didn't.
I didn't, and Alex was bitching about not getting dispelled on Mogu.
No, there are offensive dispels, like the.
Oh, like spell steal and stuff?
Yeah.
I always spell steal, but I always have no idea what I'm spell stealing. But I always do it when it like flashes.
Doesn't your thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But I never know what I'm dispelling. The only one I
There's-
learned tonight was the wind guy.
Yeah, the
That
wind
was-
guy does a buff that like increases the damage of all of his allies by 50% split among all the allies.
What?
You can spell steal that for a shit ton of damage increase.
Okay, we gotta spread that out to our mages then. That's
Yeah, no
crazy.
kidding. I didn't even.
I don't know.
that.
There was something to dispel, but I'd never seen that before, so I didn't pay attention to it.
Well, it's
Oh,
it's a
good.
it's
I don't know.
beneficial magic effect that you can offensive dispel. So like purge and spell steal.
Well, she was talking about on our side. I forgot exactly what the
It's
ability
what
was.
killed the rogue,
Mm-hmm.
and he said to dispel it, but I'd never seen it on the
Yeah.
before, so.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to tell the data story. So a couple weeks ago for our Malkrot kill, for anyone who doesn't know, I upload our logs to Warcraft Logs. They're all available on warcraftlogs.com. You can do a search for Mythic on Skullcrusher, and you can look at all of our logs for the past very long time.
You can see me beating Johnny on DPS,
Every fucking time.
and probably backpack too.
You were like top on Thok tonight all the time.
Oh,
Dude, it's-
dude.
I get beat by the fucking locks. I get beat by the tanks. You know,
You poor
Whatever.
guy. Oh my
Anyway.
god, the crazy though, when the jailer's hitting me, I just jump to the top.
Mm.
oh my God, dude, you have like 500k, like, and then you drop back down to like 400k.
Dude,
Oh,
I'm
only
looking
400K.
looking at white hits that hit for like 300k. And they're just
Yeah.
all over the place. It's like a machine gun now with my haste.
And
So-
that, dude, that's like Necros and Kai's fucking incinerates hitting for like what, 600k?
They hit for 900k when they got everything up.
That's your
I-
fucking filler, dude. Like, what is
900.
that? That hits more than my arcane barrage at 4 charges with trinket procs. Literally.
Oh man. That bullshit though.
So a couple weeks ago, we got our Malkarot kill, and for some reason, our Warcraft logs wasn't updating. I figured that maybe there was something wrong with the file that the uploader uses to upload and parse, and I figured there was something wrong with the file actually on my hard drive. So I took a look at it. Now, when I start the upload, the game records every event in the combat log in a TXT file, which it saves on my hard drive. And TXT files are extremely small. I don't think I've seen one bigger than, a couple kilobytes. Well,
That's what
this
she
one,
said.
yes, a couple kilobyte. Right. Okay. So
Somebody
this
have a
TXT
mouse?
file. No, that's my knife.
Oh, okay.
I was just gonna ask that.
Sorry.
I was like, I feel like I'm hanging out with rats right now.
Yeah, right.
My headset's.
I was waiting for Lexxe to stream or something.
I know, right?
So this TXT file is 4.6 gigabytes. It's so big that none of my word processors can even open it without crashing.
It's
all.
just disgusting.
I know.
A
So-
text file that's 4.6 gig.
4.6 gigabytes.
Oh
So it
my
turns
God.
out that the Warcraft logs updater, which I've had going this whole time, has a button to split a combat log file. So I figure, well, maybe I can do that and then I can open it. So I run this splitter, and like 10 minutes later, it spits out 28 different files. It split this 4.6 gigabyte text file into 28 different files. And I'm finally able to open part 28 of 28 because I figure it's got the Malkrot kill in it, and I want to get that uploaded so we can see what the hell we did. So I open this. 5 minutes later, my processor finally stops crashing and opens, and this is a 21,000 page document. 21,000 page text file. It's just combat log. Just nothing but combat log.
And that's just part 28?
That's just part 28 of 28. And
oh my god.
assuming they were all the same size, which they probably wouldn't be, that's 700,000 pages of data. Just
Yeah, that last page could be significantly smaller too.
Yeah, that
Depending
part 28 is probably a lot smaller. So we're looking at around 1 million pages of combat log data saved on my hard drive that we have online. So that's a lot of data.
That's just crazy.
And I
Can
think,
we put that in perspective? Like, what else is 4.6 gig? Like, what's WoW at?
WoW's like 20 gigs. So like
So
a fifth
it's like
of
a
WoW.
fifth of
so
WoW.
Like, that's like the size
Just
of...
in text.
Yeah, just
Oh.
in text.
It's just
1
insane.
million pages. So I figure I gotta look through this 28,000 page document to try to find our Malkrot kill. I have no idea how I'm gonna do that. And I'm just kind of scrolling through 21,000 pages of text trying to find something I can latch onto. And someone suggests that I just hit Control F Malkrot, and that works. This is the story of how I learned what Mitch does during downtime. Mitch, Twilight Soul. So I hit Control F Malkrot, and the very first thing that pops up is Twilight Soul, who's Mitch, casting Hunter's Mark on Malkrot. And I'm reading through this, and as I'm reading through this
He
log
whispered
file,
me this.
as I'm reading through this log file, I see that everyone else is showing up fighting these Korkron Dark Farseers, which are the trash right before Malkrot. And that night we had pulled one of the trash after a wipe, and when we got up there, we'd pulled the trash and we were killing it on the stairs. And I see Mitch casting Hunter's Mark while everyone else is dealing with the Dark Farseer. The first 8 appearances of Malkrot are Mitch casting Hunter's Mark, while everyone else is doing trash. So it turns out Mitch's downtime activity is to cast Hunter's Mark nonstop for no reason, just back-to-back Hunter's Mark.
man.
This went on for about 300 pages of just Hunter's Mark.
He whispered me and said that you looked something up and said that his top DPS was his cloak and auto attack or something.
Yep.
I don't know. It was some long thing that he whispered me, and I don't know. It
Man.
was strange.
Well, and then he's got his interrupts on Iron Juggernaut.
And
so
then he interrupts Iron Juggernaut.
this kid, wow, unbelievable
Dude,
hunter.
Something
he gives me the BFF buff every raid.
something pretty
That's-
interesting. All the mages tonight on a couple polls, their top DPS ability on Doc was the Water Ellie.
Aren't you the
Like-
only mage?
No,
No.
there's like 3.
We have
Ouch.
Kiala and Violence.
Oh,
Hell and
yeah.
violence are gonna not
Yeah,
be
I know.
happy.
Come on, Lexxe.
Sorry,
us forever.
sorry.
Well,
Don't pay attention to anybody but healers.
Yeah, pretty much.
All
and I
right.
had Earthshield on me quite a bit tonight too.
Yeah. We had so many Earth Shields. God, we had, what do we have, 6 Shamans tonight?
Yeah,
We went
Yeah.
from having
Well,
1 to now having 6.
yeah, 3 Resto.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
We need more paladins.
We do need more paladins.
We have Die Easy.
So
I don't know where he
I
was
can get
at.
bops.
I got my paladin to 90 last night.
Got a bop though.
No, I got that other
no.
thing. What's that other
Heard
thing
of
called?
Devo, yeah.
Who's getting
Yeah.
a Devo?
I was tranking too. I don't know
Is
if it
that
did
so?
a
It was
lot.
you that was stealing my Trank Thunder.
Dude, it was
I was like,
it's
my
like
Trank
30K
hits
a
for more
tick.
than this. Yeah.
Your Trank Thunder.
Exactly.
Wait, how does that even make a difference?
Because you're stealing the heals that could potentially go to me and make my numbers look better.
I
Oh,
know.
that.
Come on,
okay.
Carl.
Yeah.
Why are you contributing to
No,
our
but
success?
it only hits 12 out of 25, right?
I don't
so
know.
theoretically, we're actually hitting the whole raid then,
Maybe. I don't know.
and that's why we weren't wiping then. So good job.
So we
And
weren't
now-
wiping because of your Trank? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes,
No,
Carl
I'm just
takes
trying to say
responsibility
that-
for everything.
Using it together probably topped off the whole raid instead of just maybe half the raid.
Alright.
Yeah, Lexi.
Yeah, Lexi. God.
L2 Trank.
I know.
So that whole story was one night in officer chat as I was Going
Yeah,
through
I remember that.
21,000 pages of combat text.
Doing heroic scenarios, and I'm like, we were doing all the math on everything.
Yep.
Like, how many pages is that? Oh my god.
1,000,000 pages.
Yeah, that's
I had to
just...
delete that because that's so much. That's just so much
crazy.
hard drive space.
Is it still online then, or?
Yeah, it's all still online. All 1,000,000 pages of combat. I ended up uploading the whole part 28 to Warcraft logs, and it
Oh,
ended
that
up.
was the 10-man and all that?
It ended up having our Malkarot kill, our Shaman's kill that night, our Juggernaut kill that night, our Galakras kill that night, and then like a couple 10-man kills from like 2 months before. Don't know why, but there we are.
Nice.
So if you go back a couple weeks and look at our logs for that night and you see a couple 10-mans, that's why. That's the whole story.
Fair enough. I like it.
Go.
So I guess we got to do State of the Raid, yeah?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, this week we got Zach back, Cow Striker, our wayward healer.
Our ranged,
killer.
our healer lead. So
Yes.
that Carl and I can finally stop doing his fucking work.
Yeah. Oh my god. It was so much better for me to not have to call
I know.
raid calls tonight. It was unbelievable. I can concentrate on making people do shit the right way.
So what would you say is the most important story about Zach for anyone who hasn't met him yet or doesn't know him that well?
Well, I mean, I guess we should explain why he's been out for, 4 months?
I guess.
He got hit by a car while he was driving from behind and pushed into oncoming traffic. I don't know, why are you
Why
laughing?
are you guys laughing?
You said
got-
he got hit by a car. It's just funny.
Why?
You guys are a-holes.
He literally almost died. Like, he broke his femur, which
What?
is the upper
The way
leg
you-
bone.
The way you let off, he's like, well, he got hit by a car.
He did. What do you want me to say? Like, oh my
Well, you-
god, he got hit by a car.
I hope he watches this and hates
Like-
all you guys for laughing.
He watched the last one. He
Yeah,
actually
he
got
did.
to see. He actually got to see the first episode before anyone else.
He did. Lucky kid.
Because I'm a nice guy like that.
Took pity on him because he was on pain meds and annoying everyone.
Yeah, that's true. Just calling
Anyways, so he got
everyone
hit from behind into oncoming traffic. His car was a wreck. He was a wreck. He broke his femoral artery, or his femoral bone, and almost nicked his femoral artery, which is pretty much instant death. You bleed out. So he was very, very lucky to live, and it took him about 4 months in the hospital, I think. And we're very happy to have him back. He's a good guy. He's calls out raid cooldowns, helps out with strategies and stuff like that. And as far as our favorite story by him, I think everybody is pretty privy to the fact that he likes to go about 11:30 p.m. and pull up tree stumps out of his sister's yard.
One night, 11:30 at night, he just says, "Hey guys, I'll be back in a couple minutes. I gotta go pull up a tree stump." And then he just disappears.
11:30 at night. Well, see you guys. Like,
And he comes
and
back like 10 minutes later. He pulled up a
yeah,
tree
and he'll
stump.
be like half an hour late to raid and just be like, "Oh, sorry guys, I was pulling up tile in my living room or something." Like, what? All right, kid. So
That's Zach.
yeah, that's Zach.
We've got all these, all the people from the 10-man make all these jokes about him, and I don't think everyone else knows. It's so
But
sad.
everybody else joins in is the funny part.
I know.
It's like they already know him.
And now he's
So,
back.
Yep.
And we'll see how everyone deals with that.
He was what Lois Unthawk tonight, so he
Yep.
needs to pick shit up.
I know. Come on, Zach. The hell,
Yeah.
man.
He got beat by a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by Whitmix, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'd be most embarrassed about.
But
What, that you're a girl?
No, getting beat by Whip.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I think
Yeah,
Carl
what's
might
free-
have a point. You are a girl.
What?
Did
It's
you
true.
know that? I'm sorry to have to tell you this.
I don't know why Shelby had me on ignore.
I
At the
don't.
end of the raid too.
He said
I like-
something. He said that I wasn't there last Thursday. That's what he said. I don't know what happened.
Oh wait, I told him if he left Flex, I wouldn't talk to him for a week. So that's probably why he put him. Oh
Fair
That
enough.
didn't last long.
yeah, I forgot that happened.
That was a
Oh,
pretty short
man.
week.
Yeah, I was complaining today about how like the invite button is right next to the ignore button. So if I don't see that I accidentally ignore somebody, they're going to be on the list and not be able to talk to me.
In Warlords, they're moving the invite button away from the inspect button. Finally.
Oh, thank God that too. Yeah.
Yes, that's the best change. No joke. Best change of Warlords.
All those eyes need to be like way apart.
Yeah.
So,
So you guys were talking about Trank earlier, and Natalie and Carl, you guys both play Druids. let's talk a little bit about druids. How do you guys feel about the class?
Oh, I love druids personally. Well, I love Resto. I don't know how to play any of the other.
Yeah, you
druids.
have 2 druids.
Yeah.
Both resto.
Well, there are
Yeah.
2 Resto Druid, yeah.
Yeah, I like Resto, and it's the only class I've ever been good at. You guys haven't seen me DPS, like.
I
No.
don't
No.
want to.
I think I do 40,000 tops on a great day.
That's
Yeah.
a little bit less than Backpack. I think he breaks like 100k clean DPS.
Yeah,
Nice.
just barely.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just too much. And then, oh my gosh, when I played a rogue, interrupting, I don't get how DPS can do that. When they call it interrupt, I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Interrupt what? So,
Oh,
yeah.
What? Thank God you're a Resto Druid.
Exactly.
I will never ask you to play anything else.
Yeah.
And then I switched to trolls so that I didn't have war stomp, so that people can be all, you can interrupt stuff.
Do you actually
I'm
use
like-
the troll racial?
Yeah, I have it macroed to my trank.
Okay. I guess
Yeah,
that
of course I used that one. I didn't want to have war stomp anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how hard that is to interrupt. It is. Stop. It really is. I don't like it.
Things we find out about Lexxe. That'll be this week's question. The multiple choice.
Multiple choice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
These things
But
we-
yeah, no, I don't know. I love Druid. It's the only one that, too, I can actually do well at is Resto Healing. Resto Druid? Sorry.
Is that just because you can just throw spells everywhere and not really
Pretty
care
much.
what
Well, it's
spells
just
there?
button pushing. Boom, boom, boom. Tons of rejuves.
Because the rest of the game
Buggers.
isn't button pushing.
But I don't know. I'm good at it, I guess. Well, I wouldn't say. I'm okay at it.
That's
But
what
I bug
suck.
Mano a lot for a lot of healing questions. I'm surprised he hasn't put me on Ignore yet.
Mano is Mano.
Mano
Resto
Doom,
Druid,
the-
Mano Doom.
Yeah, the Resto Druid for Memoirs.
Memoirs, who is the top guild on the server, the tri-server area.
Yeah. So I bug him for a lot of questions, but he'll answer for the most part. I think sometimes he gets annoyed because he's like, "Didn't you ask me this last time?" So
Yeah, you asked me a lot of questions.
I know I'm a question asker. Like, I think I do it all the time when we first started raiding too.
Yep. Oh, you still do.
Wait, why is it that this does this?
No, it's okay. We'd rather you ask questions than not, that's for sure.
Yeah, like how do we stand on the locks for Shah? That was my favorite.
You actually asked that?
Wait, what?
Well-
What locks?
Yeah, exactly.
You're talking about the ads, the bubble thing?
No, the
No,
prison.
the prisons.
Well, she
Oh.
was
Turn
standing.
orange and you gotta. You wouldn't go on them is what I'm getting
Oh
at.
yeah.
And
She
people were
didn't
getting
even
really, really
tell me.
mad. It's
I
like,
got
she's
so
just standing there.
irritated. You guys were horrible at explaining that. You're all, you just stand on it. So then I'd go over there and stand on it. Backpack was the only one that explained it correctly to me.
It's an
Backpack's all,
Alpha.
see this thing
She
right
was-
Been
here?
around for a year.
He's
She
all,
was standing on it first and getting knocked back, so that's why
Yeah.
she was scared. And I
Right.
said, you have
Yeah.
to stand next to it until it
and
comes
that,
up.
and then he told me that, and then it was fixed. And I was like, thank you. And I'm all everybody else said was stand on it. Just stand on it.
To be
I'm like,
fair,
okay, I'm standing on it.
to be fair, I tried to stand on it too during normal progression way back then.
Yeah.
Did you
So
know
you
that
get-
you also have to press buttons to play the game?
What? No. Get out
But
of
you-
here.
It's such rudimentary stuff. Like
And Carl, you play Guardian, but you wanted
do.
to play Balance.
it should be said that like I started playing a druid probably 5 months ago. So since then I've been, or before that I was all ranged. And so yeah, like Johnny said, I wanted to be a boomkin, and I just love that spec so very much. But unfortunately,
You need a boomkin.
the guild needed a druid, a guardian druid, and so I switched over and learned it, and I'm actually really enjoying it. Mostly because I top DPS meters. Pack.
As a tank.
Yes, as a tank. I basically built the thing like a DPSer. Everybody looks at my trinkets and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing, you retard?" And I'm like, "Well, you
Yeah,
know,
'cause-
come on,
'cause you've
come
got-
on, me."
You've got 2 different amp trinkets, neither of which give agility.
They're both in trinkets actually. Yeah. So. Yeah, so I really enjoy the druid. I would love to play boomkin as well, but either way, I'm having fun, and I know that druids are going to be OP in warlords as well, so I'm happy about that.
Yep.
Yeah, like Johnny and I watched some of the Sloot Bag
The what?
From Midwinter.
Midwinter,
He's a main tank from Midwinter.
yeah,
who
and he was
is one
playing
of
a
the top
druid
guilds in the
tonight.
world.
That's Alliance Guild, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I used to
Guild.
be in that guild.
You used to be in Midwinter?
Yeah, I
What
had
the
a friend
hell?
that played there, and then I was a friend in there. Well, it was for a little bit. I hated Alliance, so I switched back.
Legit.
Do you realize
Yeah.
you were in one of the top guilds in the world?
I don't know. But
Okay.
Good story. Good story.
they weren't that social, and I love social guilds. Like I'm all about talking, hanging out, that whole thing.
And so you're here.
Not social.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everybody complains that we don't talk in guild chat. I'm like, because we're always on Mumble.
It's true.
That's what it's
We're
for.
recording a show.
Yeah.
What
exactly.
other guild has a show? We do. Convert
We do have a
does, but they're a show first.
They're not a guild though, right?
No, they're like 8 guilds, but
So that count.
they were a show first and then a guild.
Yes.
So we get novelty points for doing it in the reverse order.
Excellent.
So how do you guys feel the class matches up compared to the other roles for that class? The other classes for that role. I know what I'm
Wait, what?
saying. Don't laugh at me, Carl.
What's the
Well, I
question?
was actually going to answer your question with the question. I was going to say, like, why don't you tell me?
Why don't I tell you? How do I tell
Yeah,
you?
that that I'm always above you on the DPS meters, and I don't take any damage. And
Yeah, you always do like twice my DPS. I mean, to be fair, I play DK, and DK tanks are well known to be the lowest DPS tanks, but... Yeah, so Guardian Druid is pretty good. You don't have
Yeah.
a whole lot of cooldowns, but that doesn't matter because you never lose health.
well, and my playstyle is very DPS-y as well because I spam Maul, which is off the global cooldown, and it's a rage dump. So you would think that you wouldn't have enough rage to really do that. It's it's like heroic strike, I guess you could say.
Yes.
But I'm pretty much always rage capped, so
Yep.
there's really no issue with not doing it, and why not put out more DPS when you can? So I'm literally spamming 2 buttons the entire time, and I just switch back and forth between Mangle, Lacerate, Thrash, as far as my main cooldown, and then Maul is the other one that I spam. So, and then every once in a while I'll throw up Savage Defense, or when there's a lot coming in, Survival Instincts.
So, overall, Guardian Druids are pretty damn good. They do a
Yeah.
whole lot of DPS.
Thumbs up.
They don't take a whole lot of damage, and you can solo Gallicrast like 4 different times.
Yeah, that's true. Last 10%. Do
Yeah.
it.
Natalie, I guess. I'm not used to calling you that. How about you? How does Resto Druid feel compared to other healers?
Okay, so what, you rejuve everything, Swift Mend and Wild Growth on cooldown.
Yeah, pretty
The
much.
thing that I love the most about it is you can move and heal.
Yeah, because
Like,
I'm pretty sure in Warlords, a lot of the instant cast heals are getting cast times.
uh-oh.
And one of
Yeah.
them, Wild Growth is getting a cast time. Rejuvenation is not. It's like the only one that isn't. So, you will retain
Dang
that
it.
niche.
Dang it. Looks like I'm switching classes.
Well, Renewing Mist is getting one. Other heals that I can't think of because I don't play healer are getting one. I don't know.
I think it's pretty much all healers across the board.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
they kind of did it for PvP reasons more than
In part,
PvE.
yeah. I mean, they did
Yeah.
it for PvE a little bit. I think it's like all of them except for Riptide and Rejuvenation, pretty much.
So
Interesting. That's going to be
same with CC. All instant CC, I think, is going to be gone as of Warlords.
A lot of it.
Well, Swift Men then, too, would have a... Because that one's...
I think
instant.
Swiftman gets one. I think
Huh.
so.
Yeah,
I
I
know
think
Wild
so.
Growth does. I
Interesting.
don't remember.
Well, that will be interesting to see when that comes out.
Yep.
But-
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't know. I love Resto. That's why I have 2 of them right now.
How mad do you get at Discrease?
Well, so on heroic
There you go.
progression, except for Thok, like I can kind of keep up. On normals, I can't. Like those absorbs are just
I
annoying.
know. Well, on normals, they can't even break the damn shields.
Yeah,
'cause they
half the
scale
time
so
I'm
well.
like, can I just do my shitty boomkin and that's
You could
it?
just do the Druid Atonement healing. It's really bad.
Yeah, there you go. Dream of Scenarios?
Yeah. It lets your Wrath heal, just like Atonement, except it's not good. So,
When,
Nice.
when I hit 90 on Shaishin and I was healing was my off spec, I would go in LFR and Atonement heal.
with
Just
Wrath.
spam Wrath and Moonfire, yeah. And I'd be one of the top people too, because you know how LFR is. So
How LFR
it's
is.
just funny.
Josh, how do you feel about Druids?
I mean, it's all about your comp, because Druids are great, but when there's 2 or 3 Disc Priests, the way we run it, it's hard to get heals in edgewise.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't like playing my Resto Druids, because a lot of times there was nothing to heal, and when there was, everyone would get topped so fast that
Yeah.
your rejuves were just all over heals. So without like a cloak,
I felt like that a lot back when I played a Holy Pally.
It's tough. I mean, that's why Disc and like Shamans are so good. It's all the smart heals they have. It's hard not to be a decent Disc or a decent Resto Shaman. But I mean, Druids are good depending on the comp.
Yeah, but they're mostly support healers too, you know? Like, when people are taking constant raid damage, they're really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like to have
Like you said, the
Resto
nuke
Druids
heals.
around, just because they're like a safety blanket for everything out. Everyone
Yeah,
else. They're constantly
exactly.
providing the healing for everyone. Do you like being a safety blanket, Lexi?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You know, I mean, there's some fights that I top on, like the first boss.
Malkarak.
I
Malkarak, you
top
go
on,
crazy.
yeah. Malk I
Malkarak's
top
your
on.
fight, yeah.
Yeah,
Some
Mercius
priests
usually
suck
get
at
really
that.
high.
It just
Yeah.
depends on the fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, the priests are. Yeah, they're taking my thunder away.
It's a balancing issue because Disc is almost too good. They need
Yeah.
to tweak some things.
But
Need
this
to make-
week, tomorrow, I'll be healing with Zach because I haven't actually healed with him. Yeah, just right now on Thok in the other fight.
Yep.
But
It'll be you, Thok. Or,
me, Thok.
yeah, you, Thok.
Man, if we had Doc as a healer, holy shit.
Thok would be a terrible healer. He's a dinosaur.
Well, he'd just kill everything.
What are you trying to say? His little arms can't heal?
I really hope this takes off in Guild
That's
Chat or
pretty
something.
messed
Thok as a
up.
healer. Carl, we need to not recruit from Method. Let's just recruit Thok as a healer.
We're recruiting from Siege of Orgrimmar.
There you go.
Sorry, Garage, but we're taking your big giant dino.
I love it.
But yeah, no, so
Hashtag Doc
I'm
is the
excited
healer.
about healing with him tomorrow because I've heard a lot about
Yeah.
him and how amazing and wonderful he is. So
Zach, yeah, he's fucking terrible.
It'll be you and Zach, who is not Thok, and Shobi, and I guess Kirito
Credo in second
In
law,
sec-
yeah.
in second
So
line.
we have really strong 5 healing core, and
Yep.
we just needed a few more DPS, I think.
You weren't on Zach's side for spoils tonight, were you? Zach was on my
no,
side.
I'm with Kira on that side.
That's right.
Side's really
Wait.
easy.
What side finished first on spoils tonight?
Carl's side for the
On
first
the
one.
on the kill.
On the kill, it was our side, Josh.
Wait, whose side was it?
It was both sides once.
Oh,
For
our
the first,
side.
ha-
Our
for
side
the
of the
first
kill.
Well,
half, for the first
Man-
half, Carl's
Mantid finished
side.
first. We'll just say Mantid
Yeah, Mantid
finished.
finished first both times.
And you guys end with a Mantid, so.
Yeah.
Oh, so
The
it was
very
our side.
for the
Yeah, but
first
you
half.
can, you can still talk shit if you want. Yeah,
for
good
the
job,
first
buddy.
half, our
Oh.
side lost by like a couple seconds, but then on the
On
second
the what?
half,
The white.
on the wipe,
Wait,
On the wipe,
What?
you guys lost by a lot because you wiped
yeah,
Okay.
and are bad.
You guys had backpack, didn't you?
it's true. We had backpack.
That explains
I
it.
died and got bitched at because I got faced by an ad, and everyone's like, "Don't stand in the flowers." I'm like,
Yep.
"Bro, I wasn't standing in the fucking flowers."
Were you
Uh,
trying to smell the flowers, backpack?
No, I got globaled by the fucking ad.
Well, it wasn't just you. It was like you and 3 other people just dropped all at once.
They're
Right-
like shiny
right-
stuff on
right
the ground.
when Zach and I were like, okay, guys, let's not get globaled by stupid shit, and then 3 people just drop. It was great.
I love being in our other channel and Mumble and just seeing you guys getting crushed and just being like, ah, we're wiping again.
No, that
Every
that's
time we
sucks.
finish, I'm like, oh, great job, guys. We're obviously better than Carl's side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
Every time you finish, yeah.
I'm always on Carl's side, so you're not gonna be better.
One
Yeah,
out
you
of 10
guys-
times you actually finish.
You guys tank so different, like the way you open boxes, and you guys switch me every week. Like last week I was with Carl, or last poll I was with Carl. This time I was with Johnny. So it's like an
Well,
adjustment.
because
too, like,
last
every
time we didn't want you with us, so we said go over there, backpack.
Oh, okay.
Well, I
Oh,
tried
I'm
to
just
stack
kidding.
Johnny's side so that you guys could win.
Well,
No,
won
you
the
had
second time,
Necro.
so. Yeah, Necro kind of
You
carries
have
everything.
Kai.
Yeah, but
You had Necro.
You guys can't argue this. You had Kai.
is Necro on Sparks?
He's just as good. Yeah, Necro.
Yeah,
and-
that's what he
Spark.
does. He sparks.
Okay.
And then Kai and
And then Twilight drops bombs right behind.
plus, and here's the trump card. You guys have an extra DPS.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Well, he's Shadow, so you know what?
Still
Okay.
pulls more than like half the raid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still like top 6.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to tell in logs for that fight.
Whatever.
Owned.
Whatever.
Owned.
So Carl, how's Bad Habits progression wise?
Well, that's a good question. You want me to pull it up here? I believe they're 12 of 14, and I think they stopped raiding, right?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm pretty
Did
sure
they?
they did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Natalie-
I haven't seen the
Okay.
raid leader.
Oh yeah, we looked this
Guild
up.
Master
We looked this up the
forever.
other night, and they hadn't raided in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, he hasn't been on in 3 days.
Yeah. So you were with Bad Habits before us.
Yeah. Yes.
And the longer you've been here, the more I've learned that you know everyone. So apparently,
And she was in Midwinter too.
And she was in Midwinter. So yeah. So apparently, you know everyone who's anyone.
I'm like a social butterfly.
You are the
know?
who's who of WoW. Just you. Just you.
Some kind of butterfly, yeah.
Shut up.
Bad Habits, yeah, they're 12 of 14.
Right. So they've killed Siegecrafter.
They started
Yes.
playing that other game.
Wildstorm.
Wow.
A lot of them. Yes, there we go. That's what it is.
Hmm.
A lot of them started playing that. So I know that some other people, like Path, actually apps for memoirs and got in.
Wow, really?
So he's rating with memoirs now, and I believe Abby is too. I think.
So which of the a lot of the top guilds on the 3 servers are on BDF. Which of those guilds are you familiar with?
Well, I know some of the people from memoirs only because they rated their ults on Bad Habits.
Okay.
That's how I met a lot of them. And then I know Bad Habits. Like I've known the guild master and his brother for like 3 years now, but his brother doesn't play anymore.
What are the other big guilds on BDF, Carl? You should know all this.
Echelon.
Yeah, I don't know anybody in that guild.
Yeah, Echelon got their Garrosh kill a couple weeks ago. And
Yeah.
I was like, who the fuck is Echelon?
Yeah, I don't
still
know.
don't know who the
I've
fuck
heard of
Echelon
him.
is.
Like I've heard of Squigums.
Higgums?
Yeah.
Squigums,
that
yeah.
guy.
Well, 'cause Will Shatner used to raid in Bad Habits, and
Yeah,
he would
he's-
always talk about Squigums.
Higgums.
Yeah.
And then Autism Speaks, and that's actually about it. Skull Crusher has better guilds, but you guys outnumber me, so I'm not gonna argue.
Oh, all 3 of us are BDF. Haha.
Yeah, sad
you,
for you.
Carl. You and your...
Who's the third one? Backpack?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yep.
Have you been the whole time?
Yes.
Yeah.
She probably has you on ignore, so she never sees you in trade.
I've never once seen you in trade, and normally I'm one of those weird people that I sit in
Oh
the
my
city
God.
and zone out on
What?
trade.
I feel like you just shot his dog.
I don't know. Well, okay, I stopped playing 6 months ago, and then I came back. Were you on that entire time, like 6 months ago, 7 months ago?
Yep.
Yeah, he actually took a break about the same time you did.
Really?
Mm-hmm,
Interesting. Yeah, sorry, Backpack. I thought you were on one of the other 2 good servers.
Nah.
I don't know why.
We only have, only Korik and Fen are from Gul'dan. Everyone else is from Skullcrusher.
Necro?
Except for the 3 of
I thought
us.
Necro's from Gul'dan.
Who cares about Necro? He's not important.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow, you
Oh,
guys-
wait, he said that he didn't want us talking about him this show, so
Oh, he said that? Oh, see, he didn't tell me that, and I'm the
I told
host.
him that.
So
I told
since
him that
I
we're gonna
don't,
be
I
mean to him on
didn't
the
hear
show.
it. I didn't hear it, so it doesn't exist.
Yeah, let's talk about Necro then. Let's
All
talk
right,
about his
Necro.
accent.
Oh my God. So
From
yesterday,
Alabama?
here's Necro's quote. The only thing Southern about me is my accent. That's what he tells me. I don't know why, but that's what he said.
I don't know. The
Like,
one
yeah.
picture he has on the website looks pretty southern to me.
Yeah, he's a ginger, so.
Yep.
Gingers are creepy.
I hope he watches the show
I'm
and he hears
kidding.
that.
Oh, I'm
Alright.
kidding. I was trying to be
Oh, no,
mean
you're
to
not.
Necro.
Oh, no,
Way to
you're not.
alienate like a third of our fan base.
But
No,
really,
I
yeah,
was trying to be
gingers
mean
are
to
fucking
Necro.
creepy. They really are. Like hardcore gingers. Super pale, super freckle.
Hmm.
No? Am I alone on this one? Alright.
I don't know.
No, I don't know, man. I'm dating a redhead, so
Yeah, but is she ginger?
I mean,
I'll give you ginger kids. Ginger kids are pretty weird.
Like, I'm dating a redhead too, but she's not a ginger.
well, I don't know. Julian doesn't look like a real redhead, though. I mean, not a real redhead, but like her hair isn't like straight red.
No, it's like strawberry.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Change
Whatever,
the
dude.
topic.
While people don't have girlfriends. You
But that's
serious?
true. I mean, I'm totally single in my basement. And
It's true.
never
So
seen a girl.
you know a lot of the people from Memoirs, Lexxe. Do you just have no interest in trying with them?
No, no, I'm not that good of a player. Like, I don't know.
Top our charts pretty frequently.
No, I don't know. The only people I really know are like I know Mano and Wicked, and that's pretty. I mean, like I know who Tova is, and I've raided with him before, but like he's not somebody. So I go to Mano and I go to Wicked whenever I have
Who's Wicked?
questions about a boss. Wicked Clown X.
Would you mind finishing a thought?
Oh,
Thank you.
Sorry,
It's like
but
three,
no, I
three
don't.
unfinished thoughts right in there. Like, I'm just trying to.
What about
follow.
that Intrepid kid? You know him?
Oh, he raided with Bad Habits for a little bit, and then he stopped. I don't know. I've never met him either, but I know who he is.
He sucked?
No, he just didn't raid anymore.
Oh, I thought
Like
that's... Oh, he stopped.
Stopped. He
Oh, I thought
stopped.
he sucked.
No.
You have something you want to say about him? Backpack?
He's just got a bad attitude.
He's someone you argue
Yeah,
with? in
well,
general?
yeah. I don't know. He made people in Bad Habits angry. A little bit.
He's a bigot.
He came on his warrior, and like the plan was is that Bad Habits was going to gear out his warrior so that he could raid his warrior with memoirs.
Mhm.
And
Wait.
so he did that, and then he was going to bring his paladin to raid with us after. And so he got all this stuff for his warrior, but never came back with his paladin.
Yeah,
So.
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either. Not at
Yeah.
all.
So it was just one of them. But I mean, I don't know the guy. It's just one of
Okay.
those things.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Interesting.
So backtracking to the druid thing, Carl, do you know anything about Feral at all?
No,
Okay.
no,
I didn't
not
think
really.
so.
I know it's a difficult spec, and
It is getting easier. I think the hardest part about Feral is keeping up that self buff, Savage Roar,
yeah.
because it costs combo points, and I think they're not doing away with it, but they're making it more
They're gonna
fluid.
there's a talent for Feral Druids at level 100 that makes it passive.
Yeah, so I mean that'll make it, I think, significantly easier, but it's definitely one of the harder specs to play.
Apparently, one of the reasons it's so hard is because, you have to manage Tiger's Fury, which gives you 10% physical damage and gives you some energy back. So to use it optimally, you want to use it when you're at low energy so that you don't energy cap, but you have to use it for your dots because they snapshot, so you need that 10% more physical damage. I don't know, it's a lot to manage.
Yeah.
But we don't have anyone in the guild who plays Feral Druid, except Noah on his ult. So
I mean, I think it's comparable to like a Rogue or a Windwalker too.
it might be something like, from what I understand, it's something like Rogue plus Aflock,
Yeah.
because it's all about those dots.
Interesting.
I don't
Fen
know.
might argue with that.
Well, Fem's not
Sub
here.
so hard, bro.
No, I mean,
Oh,
sub-
speaking of Fen, do you guys know the lore of druids? Do you know
Could
the
you even
of-
lore?
Do you even lore? Do you know your druid
I don't
lore?
know
Seriously?
Have you even watched the Wrath cinematic?
Oh no, the Knack cinematic. That was the
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Which, if you haven't seen, you should, because it's hilariously shitty.
Oh man.
No, seriously, do you know the lore for druids? This
No.
is actually pretty cool. Carl?
No, absolutely
Not at
not.
all? Okay, well, Malfurion Stormrage, who you guys should know because he was all over Cataclysm, was the very first druid. You don't know him?
Dude, I don't know lore. I just come in and kill shit.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
long time ago, 10,000 years ago, all the Night Elves lived around the Well of Eternity, which was the source of all magic. It was created by Malagos, who you've helped kill, and the Titans. And they all used arcane magic, except for one particular Night Elf who wasn't especially interested in it, went off into the woods, discovered the demigod Cenarius, who became his teacher and taught him nature magic, became the very first druid. Turns out that nature magic is actually accessing, like, a beta realm of Azeroth. There's the Emerald Dream is what they go into, which is like a test realm. It's essentially the PTR, right? It's an alternate version of Azeroth in which the Titans did their, like, testing before they finally reshaped Azeroth entirely. So they left the Emerald Dream around, and that somehow is now connected to nature magic. And the druids get their magic by accessing the Emerald Dream itself. So you guys are like fantasy programmers, in a sense.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of a baller
Totally.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is that it used to be that only Night Elves could be Druids, and Orcs, or what? No, something else could only be Shamans. Tauren, yeah. So,
Yeah, so Night Elves can be druids because they were the original druids, Malfurion, Stormrage. Tauren, it's never explained why Tauren can be druids, but they can. They've been around for a long time.
They're cows. It just makes sense.
Yeah. Tauren are an old race. They're probably at least as old as Night Elves, probably even older. And they can just be druids, because why not? Trolls can be druids because after the cataclysm, their nature spirits, the Loa, their ancestor spirits, were a little shaken up, and some new Loa came in, which granted them nature magic. So, troll druids get their power from their ancestor spirits. And then Worgen can be druids because, as it happens, the original Worgen were druids, wolf druids, who sort of became permanently wolves and then became a curse. So the Worgen of Gilneas can become druids because they are inherently related to druids. And thus, the lore of druids.
I think Backpack just shadow melded.
Yeah, he did.
No, I'm hopping in a raid here.
Your light
Garrosh.
went out. You're really dark now.
I canned. Just hit the
Why
boot.
do you have to raid with the lights off?
I don't know. I
It's
can't
so
play anything
weird.
with lights on. It's just weird.
Ugh.
So I just watched that movie. I think it's called Bad Words, right? With Jason Bateman,
I haven't
the
heard
spelling bee one.
of it. Haven't heard of it.
Well, like whenever he's having sex with this chick, she's all, "Don't look at me! Don't look at me!" And she's like yelling at him. That's what I'm thinking of when Backpack turns the lights on. Backpack's like, "Don't look at me!"
He is pretty hideous.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that's
That's
true.
true.
Fuck you guys.
Because you,
Hey,
don't have- 'cause
man.
you don't have the suit on this time. You just don't
Yeah,
match
where's
up
your
anymore.
suit, bro? I'm over here all
That's what
dressed
you
up,
guys
and you're like, yeah,
dressed.
let's wear a suit every time, and then of course only
Well,
one
Lexi,
time.
what you're missing is we can't see Backpack at all, and Carl looks fantastic, and I've got my Death Knight shirt on because I'm awesome like that.
Pretty true.
It is true.
Nice.
So we looked at some streams today, some Warlord streams. We watched
we did.
watched a couple guilds try to do the Butcher in High Mall and Gruul in Blackrock Foundry. And
Midwinter almost got the butcher.
Yep, they almost got the Butcher. There were a whole bunch of connection issues, so almost no one got to do any pulls. But we watched them, and it seems like Guardian Druids are going to be OP.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Blood DKs are going to be OP, so we're pretty
Dude.
happy about that.
He had 440k health. Like,
Yeah.
it did an item squish, and he still got 440k.
Comparatively, Trekkie, a paladin from Method, he was sitting at like 360 in
Yeah.
raid gear. So
Plus druids and DKs get that extra buff.
yep, druids and DKs get that extra health while tanking. Whole
So the
bunch of extra health.
druid was I think he hit like 525. I saw him at was his highest.
Yeah, something like that.
So 525k. It's crazy.
hmm It's like 200 more than what Trekkie had as a
Yeah.
paladin.
Cheaters.
So,
And then that DK was crushing the meters though.
yeah,
It's gonna be like,
Sloopbag, who was the tank we were watching from Midwinter, he said that Guardian Druids are going to be the best defensively, at least right now, and Blood DKs are doing so much damage. This guy was sitting at like 4th or 5th on DPS in a 25-man raid as a Blood DK,
and tops heals too.
and he was doing as much healing as a healer. So,
But they were saying he was getting trucked. Like
Yeah.
he was dropping all the time. So
yeah, well,
I guess it's either his blood shield's undertuned or they're meant to be the complete opposite of what they are now.
well, DKs have always been a little spiky.
Yeah.
Do you ever have an
Fair
issue with that, Lexi? Do you feel like I spike too hard?
No.
I pretty frequently get void shifted. I noticed that because all of a sudden I'm wearing a dress.
What?
They all use the void shift glyph. It's a
man,
glyph
that's
which
funny.
causes you to switch appearances with someone you void shift.
Oh, okay.
So they'll void shift me, and all of a sudden I'm in a dress, and there's some guy in plate running around casting spells.
That's pretty good.
Mm.
Yeah, dude, you were like hitting purgatory tonight,
I know. I don't even know why. I just kept going into purgatory.
taking damage. I didn't,
Yeah, well, screw you.
no biggie.
You don't even. Do you even active mitigation, bro?
A little bit,
No, you don't. Don't lie.
a little bit. I use Iron Bark whenever it's up.
That's not active mitigation. That's a cooldown.
Well, okay. Savage defense, maybe
Ah.
a little bit.
So this week we took out spoils twice. We did really good on Thok. Zach's back. Lexi was in a top guild in the world and didn't even know it.
Had a girl.
And Josh plays in the dark because he's scared of people seeing him.
It's true.
And that's this week. Well, 2.5
Nice.
weeks, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
This is awesome, though. This
we had to
is fun.
reschedule a few times.
Yes, we did, because
A
there were
backpack.
no shows. and
Hopefully, we'll
then-
be pumping these out faster.
Yeah, once we get into the swing of it, we'll be getting a lot faster. Speaking of which, anyone watching who's in the guild, we are always looking for more guests. If you whisper me, Grave Maul, at any time, and let me know, I will put you on our list. If we decide to take you, we'll try to tailor the topic to suit you, which means, of course, that if Shobi is ever interested, we have no choice but to talk about how awesome keybinding is and what the best add-ons are.
Yes,
That's the only thing we'll be able to talk about the entire show.
for an hour.
For an hour.
Yes.
So Shobi, get ready.
Also, I guess we should kind of pass it along that if anybody would like to write a song and record it for the show.
Yes. Yeah, if anyone is musical and would like to write a couple songs for the show, we need an intro and an outro, something custom that we won't be ripping the rights off of anyone off of. That would be fantastic. We could definitely make use of that. Carl volunteered, but it's
I'll get to
Carl.
it.
It's Carl.
Just, it takes a while. I
Yeah.
gotta write it first. Like,
Uh-huh.
what am I gonna do? Write it? All right. All
So,
right.
if anyone's interested in that, feel free to let me know, and we can work on something. So we need guests, we need music. Told the data story, which I really wanted to tell.
Backpacks clapping.
Just fucking wipe, bro. Join this group and we just wipe. First phase of Garrosh.
Nice.
Wow.
Wow, first phase.
Do you not have
Yep.
a guardian tank or something?
We do not.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's the problem.
We're one tanking with a DK.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Nah, DK
Yeah.
could totally do that if he's good.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have before, but
I've done it multiple times. So there.
just still don't like it.
I don't like it? Did I ever say
No,
that?
I said I don't like it.
Oh. Yeah, huh. It's because
Then
your
I don't
balanced
top
DPS.
tiers.
It's because your balanced DPS doesn't match your Guardian DPS.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
My gear's not bad though. I think I'm like 570 or something.
Yeah, well.
Getting there.
Oh, we also learned that if we ever want to embarrass Lexxe, we make her DPS.
Nice.
No,
Atta girl, 40k. We could totally use that.
no. You'll laugh at me, because, yeah.
We already
Oh,
My
we already
tune
do.
even looks dumb when it's trying to DPS.
Oh man.
Yo.
What?
Is he
This is
still in the
cool.
dark?
Yep.
Creepy.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy. Ah. I don't know what just
Is he
happened.
screen sharing? Really?
Ha ha ha.
This show is gonna be all weird looking.
I'll stop screen sharing. Jerks.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Oh, it was
Today.
great to have you. We
Yes. Thank you for coming.
definitely chose you as a first guest for a reason. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that recording. Josh kind of screwed everything up.
Did I break it? I don't.
Yeah, for a little bit.
This is why we
the
can't have
recording
nice
software.
things.
The recording software gets specific areas of the window, so whenever anything happens in Skype, it all gets messed up. It's pretty annoying.
Way to go, buddy. Way to go. Just
You're
ruining
welcome.
We saw you
everything.
standing around on Garrosh, and anyone watching the recording would have seen my screen. My little corner would have just been like your mini map. So
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Way to go, buddy. Just stay there in the dark. That's cool.
we got a very detailed show of little parts of your screen, but not the whole thing. So that was good.
Well, I'll show you guys a different part each week.
Okay, so I think that's gonna about do it this week. So that does it for episode 2 of Legends of Mythic. Once again, I'm John. I still have a Twitter account which I barely use, and it's at GraveMaw.
I'm Carl. My Twitter is @MythicChaishin.
Josh, Twitter is at backpack. I don't even know it, to be honest. And the other one's banned. We'll work on that for next week.
Yeah, please do.
At Mythic Backpack, that's what it is.
Okay, and Natalie, whose character
don't
is
have a
Lexxe.
Twitter.
She doesn't have a Twitter because
No.
you're a social
Sorry, I'm
butterfly
not
and you don't
up to
even have a
date.
Twitter.
Wow,
Okay.
that's awful.
Wow. How can you not
I
know
know.
I have a Twitter?
I don't tweet. Is that yeah?
I don't even know.
tweet.
I don't know. I barely use it.
Just sad.
One of these days, I'll figure out a use for that, but not today.
Yeah.
So thanks for
Yeah.
being with us, Natalie.
Thank you guys
Lexxe.
for having me.
Thanks for sharing your druid wisdom of throwing spells at people.
Yes.
And
I'm basically telling everybody watching you can play a druid healer. It's super easy.
that's actually the one healer that I couldn't figure out.
Really?
Yeah, I can't figure out the hot thing. It's just weird to me. Because I played a holy paladin who has no hots.
Yeah.
Well, didn't at the time. All right, so that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching episode 2. We'll try to have episode 3 out in about 2 weeks or so. If you're interested in being a guest, let me know. We have a couple of people now, but I would definitely like to have as many people as we can. So see you next time.